Most people think they're doing everything right with their 401k. They're contributing, they set it up years ago, they barely think about it. And that's exactly the problem. Because there are 7 silent mistakes quietly draining your account, and most people don't find out until it's too late. I'm going to show you why your contribution rate is probably set at the worst possible number, how the default investments your HR department picked are costing you tens of thousands of dollars, and the one rebalancing mistake that is single-handedly delaying your path to $100,000. Stick around, because mistake number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most expensive one of all. Here's a question. When you signed up for your 401k, did HR tell you to contribute at least enough to get the company match? Almost everyone did, and almost everyone stopped right there. Here's the problem. The company match is not the finish line. It's the starting line. Let me show you what I mean. Say you make $60,000 a year. Your company matches up to 3%, so you contribute 3%, $1,800 a year. After 10 years, at a 7% average return, you've got around $50,000. Now imagine you contributed 10% instead, just $6,000 a year. Same timeline, same return. You'd be sitting at over $165,000. That one decision, stopping at the match, just cost you $115,000. The fix is simple. Increase your contribution by just 1% every 6 months. You'll barely feel it in your paycheck, but your future self will thank you. When you first enrolled, you probably picked your investments in about 4 minutes during onboarding. Maybe you just left it on the default. Here's the thing. That default is usually a money market fund or a super conservative bond mix designed for someone who is already retired, not someone trying to build wealth. Take Mike. He's 32. He set up his 401k at 24 and never looked at it again. He thought he was invested in growth funds. He was actually sitting in a stable value fund earning 2% a year. His coworker, same salary, same contributions, had 60% more saved, just because she picked an index fund 8 years ago. Log in today. Look at your allocation. If you're under 45, you should likely have a heavy tilt towards stock index funds. A simple 3-fund portfolio, total market, international, and bonds, outperforms most people's default options over time. This one is invisible. That's what makes it dangerous. Every fund in your 401k has an expense ratio, an annual fee that gets quietly taken out of your returns. The difference between a 0.05% expense ratio and a 1.2% one sounds tiny. It is not. On a $50,000 balance over 20 years, a 1.2% fee costs you over $30,000 compared to a low-cost index fund. That's a car. That's a down payment. That's yours, if you pay attention. Log into your 401k, click on each fund you're in, and look for the expense ratio. Anything above 0.5% deserves a second look. Most plans have at least one low-cost index fund option. Find it. Use it. This is the mistake nobody talks about, and it is brutal. According to Vanguard, nearly 40% of people cash out their 401k when they leave a job. And it feels harmless. It's your money, right? Here's what actually happens. You cash out $15,000. You pay ordinary income tax on it, say 22%. Then you pay a 10% early withdrawal penalty. You walk away with about $10,200. But here's the real cost. That $15,000, left alone for 25 years at 7%, would have become over $81,000. You didn't just lose $4,800 to taxes. You lost $81,000 in future wealth. When you leave a job, roll your 401k into an IRA or your new employer's plan. It takes one phone call. Don't cash it out. Ever. Here's a mistake that actually comes from doing well and then doing nothing about it. Say you started with a 70% stock, 30% bond allocation. The market has a great run. Stocks boom. Now you're sitting at 90% stocks and 10% bonds, and you don't even realize it. You're now taking on way more risk than you planned. And when the market corrects, and it always does, you're going to feel it a lot harder than you should. Rebalancing just means selling a little of what's grown and buying a little of what hasn't to get back to your target. Most 401k plans let you set automatic rebalancing. Turn it on, set it to once a year. Done. You just got a 4% raise. Congratulations! Your lifestyle is about to upgrade, and your 401k is about to get nothing. This is called lifestyle creep, and it quietly kills long-term wealth. Here's the rule. Every time you get a raise, redirect at least half of it to your 401k before you get used to the extra cash. You'll still feel the raise, just not all of it. Over a 20-year career, this one habit alone can add an extra $80,000 to $150,000 to your retirement balance. The money was always there. Most people just spend it first. I'll do it next year. Things are tight right now. I'll bump it up once I pay off this credit card. Sound familiar? Here's the math that should scare you straight. If you invest $300 a month starting at 25, at 7%, you'll have around $900,000 by 65. Wait until 35? Same contributions, same return. You end up with $450,000. 10 years of waiting cost you $450,000. Compound interest is ruthless to people who wait. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Even $50 more a month today will matter more than $500 more a month in 10 years. So let's recap the 7 mistakes. 1. Stopping at the match. 2. Never touching your allocation. 3. Ignoring expense ratios. 4. Cashing out between jobs. 5. Skipping rebalancing. 6. Not directing raises to your 401k. 7. Waiting for the perfect time. Fix even 3 of these and you are on a completely different financial path. If this helped, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.